where did you? Anything you want.
Ferrari 488 GTB with a twin-turbo 3.9-liter V8 found simply behind the driver's seat. The 488 GTB creates a resonant moan and fierce, speeding up the distance to 8,000 revolutions per minute, where it makes 661 horsepower. A 7-speed double grasp program is the sole transmission. We assess a 0 to 60 time of 3.0 seconds. Ferrari's versatile suspension is moderately consistent without giving up taking care of. For the individuals who need more V8 music, the Spider offers a retractable hardtop that raises or brings at speeds up down to 25 miles per hour. It's difficult to keep a journalistic point of view on the dispatch of any new Ferrari, particularly one that is held at an extravagant wine resort in favor of a mountain in Emilia-Romagna, encompassed by the kind of landscape that makes the Italians put ISIMO toward the finish of superlatives. For hell's sake, we can even pardon the organization's dubious choice not to serve mixed drinks until after the question and answer session, which means we needed to tune into the summary while totally calm. It's an extreme employment, yet we wager you're happy we're here to do it. It was intriguing in any case, particularly when the discussion swung to the unusual business of showcasing open-topped Ferraris. Renault is on first-name terms with practically his whole client base, and authorities let us know, with praiseworthy precision, that we can expect simply finished portion of U.S.bound 488s to be Spiders. The number for the 458 was 53%. While you'll be unsurprised to discover that 60% of purchasers have officially possessed no less than one Ferrari, the disclosure is that 90% of them will be what Ferrari terms creepy-crawly just clients, unwilling to significantly consider a supercar with a settled rooftop. There are, it comes to pass, two altogether different clans of 488 proprietors. GTB purchasers need to drive their auto solo and are significantly more prone to take them on track, while Spider buyers for the most part drive with the rooftop down and an accomplice in the traveler situate. They are, we were told, open auto epicureans searching for driving feelings. We'll leave the psychological picture of that one up to you, however we'd be astounded in the event that it did exclude gold adornments. The rooftop is astonishingly sharp. It's a two-section collapsing metal hardtop that can engine itself up or down in 14 seconds and at velocities of up to 25 miles per hour whenever raised. The main thing that gives away its non-perpetual quality is the line that denotes the hole between the two painted boards, in addition to the reality you can't see the motor. Once stowed, it covers up undetectably underneath the backboard that additionally disguises the rollover security framework behind the seats. An electric glass window at the back goes about as a breeze diverter. With the rooftop down, there's never any uncertainty you're driving an open-topped auto, yet there's small slamming and, at littler throttle openings, discussion can be directed at agreeable volumes. From inside with the rooftop up, the lodge feels about indistinguishable to the GTB, with similarly viable clamor protection. The 488 Spider is so near being the equivalent of the GTB in each view as to have no effect. It's 110 pounds heavier, despite the fact that an asserted 55 pounds lighter than would be an identical softtop, the mass included by the rooftop instrument and some underfloor support at the two closures. However, Ferrari claims an indistinguishable 3.0 second 0 to 60 mph time for the two forms and says they're just 0.3 seconds separated when they achieve 124 mph, which the Spider Rover sees in 8.7 seconds. All the more amazingly, the 488 Spider is inside a moment of the GTB around a lap of the organization's Fresno circuit, and with its rooftop raised has, Ferrari says, 95% of the torsional unbending nature of the Roadster. Past the need to discover somewhat more cash, and losing the opportunity to see the twin-turbocharged V8 through the GTB's unmistakable motor cover, you don't generally lose anything by picking the Spider. In specialized terms, a DNA swab would not separate the two autos. Ferrari endeavored to build up a different suspension tune for the Spider, yet then understood that it worked best with precisely the same in damper settings as the GTB. The versatile frameworks clearly are sufficiently intelligent to adequately counteract the slight contrasts in mass and basic quality. Ferrari is especially pleased with the vehicle reaction time of 0.06 of a moment, this being the time between influencing a controlling to include and the auto beginning to respond. It's the same for the two autos, and similarly as snappy as the in-your-face 458 Speciale. Shouldn't something be said about the commotion? Open-topped Ferraris have sounded essentially all around grand, prompting some genuine worry concerning whether the 488's new, 661 horsepower turbocharged V8 can truly convey a suitably operatic soundtrack when inspected unfiltered. Ferrari had a few charts to demonstrate to us that the 488 isn't inadequate in such manner, including one that showed how, in insubordination of typical turbocharger rationale, it keeps on getting louder as the revs rise, the distance to the 8,000 revolution per minute redline. It absolutely sounds great when broadened, bassier than the 458 and by one means or another angrier. However, it can't exactly coordinate the carnal howl its antecedent held for the last extent of its 1000 revolution per minute higher rev band. Peculiarly, the main time your ears identify confirmation of turbocharging, the blackout shuddering of the wastegate, is with the rooftop up, not down. The additional torque likewise drastically enhances genuine drivability, the sort that most Spider proprietors will be searching for. The motor conveys its pinnacle control from 6,000 to 8,000 revolutions per minute, despite the fact that you don't have to dependably be skimming the limiter to encounter its best. While torque is restricted in bring-down apparatuses, the profundity of the new powerplant's lungs is never in question, and the V8 pulls emphatically at motor speeds that would have left the 458 heaving for breath. The other side is that the fuel cut-off arrives sooner, despite the fact that not before you're expecting it, not in particular in light of the fact that the move lights on the highest point of the directing wheel continuously enlighten as it gets nearer. The move time for the double grasp program transmission is guaranteed to be 30% snappier going up the proportions and 40% quicker going down, yet with no loss of refinement. Ferrari is frequently blamed for presumption, however the 488 Spider practically refutes the charge, positively with regards to item advancement, and Renault doesn't lay on its immense pile of shrubs any longer. The Spider could have been milder than the GTB, flabbier, slower, and less engaged. Maybe a couple of its street cruising purchasers would have disapproved, or even taken note. It doesn't sound very tantamount to the 458 Spider in extremis, yet in each other respect it's a superior auto. The 488 GTB is a momentous accomplishment of designing, yet the 488 Spider is without a doubt a more prominent one.